Okay, welcome to my Rage DPS loadout. This is actually using Rage powers this time, unlike my iconic one you may have seen the other day, which was a bit of fun. It was alright. I did use a Raid, it wasn't great damage, but it was easy. Obviously it was a dual wild, so it can't be that bad. Okay, basically, gear I'm wearing is full vestments of Rage. I haven't sadly been lucky enough to get some gold rings, but I've got the utility case. It's always nice. Using the dual wild weapon, because it's OP at the moment, everyone knows it, and well, yeah, you need it to keep up on damage at the moment, especially with the sorceries using it. That's the damage they get with Furies. Okay, and in the thing I've got Spy Drop mainly for the 50% buff, is what most fish use it for, but obviously it does come in handy for power, giving it to all group members. It's like having an extra troll supercharge sort of thing. CC Trinket, that should be a DPS one. Oops. I did actually do these armies on the other day. DPS Trinket for precision and might. So obviously you can use it then with the trinket from Mogo. And then Fractals, I don't really use them, but they're there for if somebody says they're better than me. And I know they're using colas, so you gotta have it on a fair battle, basically. Let's have a quick look at the loadout. We got Outrage. I mean, this isn't really for the range part of it, but you know, when you go into tunnels and things, it comes in handy. You can do damage with them, so it's quite nice. Gives you a bit of a boost. Dreadful Blast. Obviously, you've got to have a 50% supercharge in there. The Eviscerating Chain. I generally don't have it in the loadout until 35%. I do use it. Just clip it in with Bloodlust, which you hardly see it, so you may not notice it, but it is there every time we do a Bloodlust. I try and clip the Eviscerating Chain in just for a bit of extra damage. Plasma Wretch is my affinity booster. Okay, so let's just get started with the loadout. So basically, obviously, Dreadful Blast, you combo in like that. Okay. Obviously, Plasma Bird will give it extra damage. Full hold on the dual wilds, you don't want to miss it, because obviously it's not a lot of damage there, but if you do miss it, a huge difference. It can hit very high. I have seen hits like first boss in Nexus hitting 57,000, which is very nice. You can't knock that, really, can you? So I mean, you got to use them. With the Dreadful Blast, I always clip it with Plasma Edge every time we jump, so I can get back into the dual wilds for the hit instead of having to wait that long and then going into it. It's a lot longer, and you get obviously you get the Plasma Edge damage. I think it's quite nice the way it works out. If the burn just comes off, you're going back into it. So let's just kind of get into the rotation then. So obviously tap and get your Bloodlust out there. Retch in and hold the dual wilds again. It's a pretty simple loadout. Sometimes you do forget to use the dual wild like that. Eviscerating Chain or Bloodlust just like that. See a nice little 3k hit in there. It ain't, you know, it's extra damage at the end of the day. So you can't really knock it. And the Bloodlust with the Eviscerating Chain again. Oops. I stay touch correct. Okay, and that's that basically. I mean, it's just rinse repeat sort of thing. I mean, at 35%, I think sometimes I tend to use, I'm not sure whether it does do extra damage as well or not. I'm kind of wary on it. But at 35%, I do tend to do the Dreadful Blast and then Eviscerating Chain and back into it like that. Just because, you know, I have seen some big hits out there, you know, 6s, 7s just off that Eviscerating Chain. Even if you're using Bloodlust, make sure you do catch it every time at 35%, because I'd say it is extra damage. If you get some nice crits in there, it's a bonus. If you are getting close, obviously, if you're close enough, if you're feeling funky in Nexus and they're at 35%, go for the whole Shabonka, like. Why not? And basically, when I'm in the tunnels, this would be the procedure. I mean, most people know it, but I do like to switch over to the two-handed. Just a quick talk on that, because a lot of people don't really use it. I mean, just a quick show of, I mean, the Rage move is doing quite a lot at the moment. I mean, it's not great, and it's quite hard to make sure you get that clip in. You've got to get it perfect to get that second hit. But I mean, if you do get some quite nice hits. I mean, there's 3,000 there. Some of us obviously are bigger with crit chances. It's no dual wild, it's a bit quicker, but I mean, there's 5k, so it's like, yeah, another 5k. Obviously, it does vary. But for my sort of in the tunnel sort of thing, I like to use the two-hand because it's very big AoE damage, and it's nice to get in there, like, because you can plasma retch into that, and you get the 3 hits in. I mean, look at those, and clip that into that, back to retch, and then on with the two-hand again. I mean, ads don't normally last that long, but the way my tanks like to do it in Nexus is it's a full, you know, grab everything in the tunnel, so they are there for a little amount of time. So the hits you can get off this, because it's so AoE, especially that haymaker, and if you want, go for the Mega Smash. Not always the biggest, but I mean, 7.5k, so it hits 10 ads, 5,000 damage. You can't knock it, really. One thing I have noticed, which I haven't really noticed before, I'm not sure if they changed it or what, last thing is the 50% supercharge. It now says dealt again to nearby enemies rather than all damage to be dealt again. I'm not sure if that was there originally, I just, you know, overlooked it or what. But something to think about, maybe not. I feel it does do more damage, even though you're only fighting one boss, but maybe if you know there's times where the boss has enemies or ads around it, maybe fight the ads and get damage, extra damage on the boss or what. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know if you know more than I do about it. And thank you for watching.